without further hinting about what's going to be covered, I'm just going to go ahead and introduce Asha Gala and then have her start her presentation. So Asha Gala, I met in New Jersey about a year ago at Ethos Primary Care. And I already found in her a kindred spirit. She is the Lifestyle Clinical Director at Ethos Primary Care, a medical practice in New Jersey, first of its kind. She's certified by the National Board of Health and Wellness as a lifestyle coach and approved by Brown University's Mindfulness Center as a mindfulness-based stress reduction teacher, MBSR. Over the past decade, she's worked in this capacity as a lifestyle coach in New Jersey, and she puts these skills to use by supporting Ethos patients day in and day out in their healing journey, from designing and teaching lifestyle classes to facilitating support groups for patients healing from chronic illness to providing one-on-one lifestyle coaching sessions. Asha offers professional support and personal understanding. She's excited to ease the path of all who are on the wellness journey, gently and compassionately helping put into practice everything she's learned over her decades of study and experimentation. Her partnership with Dr. Weiss, who founded the practice in designing yearly regenerative human health and wellness programs and applying them, has helped many in successfully losing over 50 pounds of weight, getting off of medications, and or reversing chronic illness. Outside her busy work life, she enjoys spending time with her grandchildren. She incorporates not only whole foods plant-based diet, but also dance, meditation, music, and hiking as two tools for healthy and harmonious living. So thank you, Asha, for presenting. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Wow, thank you. So I'm all excited. So here I can start off with sharing my screen. Here we go. All right. Good morning to all of you. And I think pretty soon it'll be, actually it's good afternoon for us. So wherever you are, hopefully it's a great, it's a great start. So I would like to start, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, I'm a wife, a mother, and of course a great proud grandma. I'm blessed to get an opportunity to be a lifestyle coach at Ethos Primary Care, as Gina mentioned. I also am a board member of Ethos Farm Project, which is, his mission is to address the interconnectedness of agriculture that affects human health, planetary health, and our relations. So I'm really looking forward to presenting the topic, the paradox of dairy consumption in Jain community. I want to kick off with one of my fondest memories of my childhood was I was 9 years old. It was Pajushant time. And when, if you don't know, most of the Jains, they take vows, austerities during this time. They study and there's a lot of fasting involved. So I had chosen to do, a 9-year-old at that time, to do iktana, eating just one time a day. And guess what? I was all very excited because my mom said that she was going to pick up Shrikand. If you don't know, it's made from animal milk yogurt and sugar. Although that Shrikand story is a fond memory, I now look back at that memory with a very different perspective. Looking back, I also remember my disconnection of opening that door for the milkman with my utensils ready with the milk coupon. And this was a normal ritual in my home. Every morning and afternoon, fresh animal milk would be delivered. I did not make any connection of the milk and how it was produced or where it came from. So what I did was, all of these thoughts came to me when Gina approached me to do this. So I ended up thinking I wanted to prepare for my topic. And I chose to do a survey among my Jain friends and family about their views on dairy products. And I want to mention that the survey was not done in a control setting, and therefore it can be biased. I'm just using it as an introduction to begin understanding why Jains consume dairy. I'm very grateful to the 99 people who filled the survey. It really helped me to share my views of the following questions I wanted to discuss on the paradox of dairy consumption in Jain community. The survey had a format of a true or false or yes and no questions. my presentation will flow with these following questions that you see on the screen. Why do Jains consume dairy products? Or what are the benefits for Jains in giving up dairy? And lastly, I want to kind of touch base on how to change. So the next few slides, I will be discussing the survey results to share my answers to the question, why do Jains consume dairy products? The answer true or yes will be in blue, and the answers false or no will be in red. So let's kick off with this one. With a true or false option to the question, this was a question, dairy products are vital for human health and wellness. About 60% expressed that it was true. I remember most of my teen through young adult life, I had very similar opinion like these 60% that I needed dairy products for my health and wellness. I was very convinced with that. Continuing with the survey question, the question was, I do not harm animals when eating dairy products. Again, there was a yes and no option. Along with the 54% of the survey people, I too was of the mindset, hey, I'm not harming animals when I enjoyed my Shrikant. I was simply taking care of my health. Come on. And I was getting my protein. I was getting my calcium. You know, those were the thought process at that time. The true or false survey question on dairy foods are a part of traditional Jain diet brought to my attention how along as you see on the screen, 70% of the participants agree that it is liberally used. I was raised with dairy products being a part of my daily meal choices. I saw dairy products used for many rituals at temples. 80% of the survey participants expressed yes to this question. I enjoy the taste of dairy products. Casein is present in all dairy products and can make dairy products quite addictive. I enjoy dairy products until I came across this connection that there can be an addictive relationship. And this was a huge eye-opener for me, and that's how my journey just started. I started exploring more and more. The next survey question that I had asked our survey people was, the question was, I eat dairy products out of social pressure. We see here, as you see on the slide, 81% admitted the social pressure they feel of consuming dairy. Like these 81%, I too struggled for many years tremendously with this. As a newbie, learning the drawbacks of dairy products was shocking. I was considered as an extreme. The word moderation was very loosely used to explain my extremism. Today, I'm filled with empathy and compassion to this journey. And if you want to know, my journey started in 1995. That was when me and my family started going in the direction of giving up dairy products. So I wanted to summarize my views. These are my views of why do Jains consume dairy products. Many feel that they are vital for their health and wellness. There is a disconnection of how dairy products are produced. Traditionally, it's in a Jain diet. We enjoy the taste and, of course, the social pressure. Having gained some understanding the reason why my Jain friends and family consume dairy, it's just sparked to share the following benefits of giving up dairy. I said, let me at least present it here, what will be the benefits. So I will continue to share my survey with the results of these 99 people. So about 83% expressed yes to the survey question, all animal milk is for their babies. So benefit of giving up dairy will stop Jains from taking that does not belong to them. About 77% answered false to the question. Milking a mother animal is comfortable. I have breastfed my 2 children and have suffered with pain, of course, but happily did it for my children. Not sure if I would do it as an ongoing part of my life to provide for others. Again, if we give up dairy, we will be reducing, Jains will be reducing a lot of suffering. About 76% shared false to the survey question. There is no direct or indirect in animal milk production. Boy, this result was a big joy. I was really excited that the large population of my participants have compassion to understand this. So benefits of giving up dairy will reduce violence. To the survey question, dairy products have a harmful impact on our environment. Just 54% agreed on this. So benefits of giving up dairy will reverse the drawbacks its productions have to our environment. Dr. Tushar Mehta will be mentioning a lot more than me. He's an expert probably in sharing more after I present. So I look forward to hearing from you. So as I wanted to summarize about my views, what are the benefits that Jains will have in giving up dairy products? Number one, they will be stopping something, drinking, or using it in their meals that doesn't belong to them. They'll be reducing suffering, they'll be reducing the indirect and direct violence, and sure enough, they'll halt the harmful impact of our environment. Having personal experience and helping many at Ethos, the patients, it has strengthened my skills in addressing this one daunting feeling that everybody has. Oh, what am I going to do if I give up dairy? So I'm going to touch a little bit on that, this feeling, daunting feeling. All right, 100% answered yes to the survey question. What was it? The question was, I am aware that avoiding violence or harm to all living beings is an important Jain value. So all my survey participants were very much aware that an important Jain value is avoiding violence. Jain community is blessed with this amazing teachings. I would say, let's blow our horns. The seed is already sown. It should not be as hard. This survey results was discussed earlier, a yes and a no question. Dairy products have a harmful impact on our environment. So let's explore on how 46% who chose to say no, that it does not. Let's connect to why do they feel that way? Why do they not connect it? My views are by education and discussions as presented over this whole weekend and conferences like this, we can definitely bring about the change and the shift. As a child, I remember it was very much drilled into me, the importance of dairy. Similarly, I think if we can find ways to educate the caregivers of children, the young parents, the grandparents on the harmful impact dairy has on environment, this is definitely going to generate a ripple effect. We reviewed this survey question earlier again. I enjoy the taste of dairy products, and guess what? 80% admitted yes. I am of the view that the 80% of the survey participants have been hijacked by casein that is present in all dairy products. Casein can trigger the brain's opioid receptors, and it's linked to addiction, as I mentioned earlier. How can we address this hijack? I encourage our participants to look with institutes like, like a medical practice like Ethos, which is unique. We really work very hard. There are many like that we could go to. Again, I wanted to mention that at Ethos, as a lifestyle coach, I see our patients addressing this hijack day in, day out. It's not easy, but they are admitting it. They feel trapped in it. And when they are, especially when they're addressing chronic health issues, high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hormones, autoimmune, osteoporosis, many of these chronic illnesses, I wanted to share, it was a joy for me to share one of our 80-year-old, and I want to emphasize this 80-year-old patient who came to us, he had 4 mini strokes, and he took up the ownership in making the lifestyle change to reach his health and wellness goals in celebrating his upcoming 80th birthday. And guess what? He said, he told our practice that he wants to bicycle 80 kilometers in 80 days. So one of the lifestyle changes that he made was giving up all dairy products. He took the time, spent time in educating himself, understanding what were the causes of his stroke, and with trial and error, figuring out his new palate. That's the key. He came up with a new palate that did not have any dairy in it. Ignorance is bliss. I was there. We visited this survey question. Dairy products are vital for human health and wellness. The 60% who answered this as true, that dairy product is vital for their health and wellness. I would like to share my views that it's a myth that we need dairy for our health. Dr. Gina Shah, she will dive deeper into the subject later. I work with Dr. Weiss's patients in strengthening their food choices to be mainly vegetable, fruits, beans, lentils, whole grains, starchy vegetables, nuts, and seeds. We discuss with these patients, sometimes we do have to discuss some key vitamins like B12 or D. Me and my husband, we enjoy our yogurt from unsweetened soy milk. We enjoy making moong dal halwa, a sweet dish. It is made dairy-free. It's made with lentils. And without adding any sugar, oil, or salt to it. I do not yearn for the Shrikand. The memory is fond, but with time, my taste buds have adapted to the new taste. The hows to make the change is switching just one recipe at a time. Master that recipe with a plant-based dairy substitute or a bean. Bringing awareness to your taste and desires. Continue to educate on dairy product and reflect. And I really say reflect on what values you see in the dairy products. And I think a lot of answers will come up because you will be motivated to look for those answers. I would like each one of you to reflect on the story of cigarettes. It took more than 100 years of research, discussion, debate to reach our current knowledge of the risks cigarettes have on our health. Similarly, I'm hoping that many can benefit from the knowledge gained. This weekend is amazing. Many conferences that we have had in past and will be having in future. Jain community has a golden opportunity to become proactive and in bringing, unveiling the truth about dairy and its connection to our health. Curiosity is the king, yes. It will ignite in many Jain followers to rethink on their dairy choices. As I heard Chris mentioning earlier, how yesterday's talk brought many questions. So I'm very looking forward. Having a beginner's mind, that's it. That's all you need. Just bring that, and then you'll see the changes that you'll be able to bring about. The survey question, I had asked this survey question, and it was about the dietary choices, my dietary choices, and I had given 4 options for my surveyors to pick: vegan, lacto-vegetarian, lacto-ovo-vegetarian, and omnivore. And as you see, 72% admitted that they were lacto-vegetarian, consuming dairy. My hope is that with the correct knowledge and guidance from leaders in the field of health and wellness, environment and ethics, I see that there will be a shift. Summarizing my views on the how to change and give up dairy, reflect on Jain values, right? Bring that first. Spending time in education on harmful impacts to the environment, That is the key. I know many times I come across patients, they'll be like, I should just tell me what to do. Then find somebody that you can trust. If you don't want to take the trouble, then find some institutes, that will guide you, or coaches or doctors, or, whichever path you end up choosing. But you would need to spend time. Open to changing your palate. That is number one. Modify one recipe. If you're trying to make a recipe and you're trying to kind of replicate, that was my initial 10 years, is trying to replicate recipes, rather opening up this palate and changing and not looking at back and just moving forward and seeing these new tastes that will come up. So open up your palate. Building clarity on myths, especially there are so many myths around dairy products. Continue to build that clarity. And I always encourage you to look within your family, especially all the health issues, and try to find out what's the root cause of those, And so I wanted to kind of, with my last ending my presentation, with the help of the survey, I was able to identify some key understanding many of the Jain family and friends had. I have lived through being ignorant. Absolutely, I was ignorant. But with correct knowledge, I was able to make the shift needed at the own pace. Me and my family struggled. I would definitely say that. When we bring about mindfulness into our daily routine, we become curious, right? That's what we need. That's the recipe. And that will support the individuals to change. I am very grateful to all of you as well, all who made it possible for me to share my views. I wish you all well. Thank you.